The tour style spinning pitch shot. I think the thing that amazes amateurs, besides how far a pro rips a driver, is that spinning pitch shot that just stops on the green. Well, the reason they can do that is they have ball first contact with a descending strike, getting the grooves crisply, cleanly onto the golf ball. So when you watch this, you go, okay, well, Martin, you've got the Tour Striker pitching wedge, and it's the red stripe. And I want you to understand that at address, this club is very vertical. When I look down, you can see that the club shaft relative to my ball line stick is pretty even. Now, as I hit a shot, as I'm going to seek to be able to see a bit of the red stripe, you can see some forward shaft lean. Now, this strengthens the loft. This club is built with 45 degrees aloft, but when I launch the golf ball, it launches at about 25 degrees aloft or even less, for a few reasons. One, I'm hitting the golf ball with shaft lean to where I can see a sliver of the red stripe. It also has a bit of a descending strike. That's what makes the ball spin a ton, because I'm hitting ball first before I touch the grass. Now this shot, the crispy spinner, is a shot if you have an open green, you want to hit a shot from 20 to say 70 yards, that's low flight with a lot of check, perfect. This isn't a soft flop shot. This is a shot to teach you how to take a golf club, deliver it to a golf ball with some pivot into a finished pivot, and watch this ball launch low with a ton of spin. Now this is a practice green and sloped mildly away from me. It's not going to stop and rip back like a golf course green, but this is the physics of it. You want a narrow stance. Notice how my lead wrist is bent back. We can establish that by seeing a bit of the stripe, putting our lead hand on nice and flat, building our trail hand on, swiveling it back to address. I wish I had $1 if I could, for every golfer that's got a bad grip, that I could absolutely help them immediately just by understanding how to get a wrist in a position, into a position that can deliver a better shaft lean and a descending strike. So narrow stance, neutral vertical shaft position, only fractional lean. My weight's on my left foot. Now the sense of this is, can I get this X that's positioned on the bottom groove of this elevated face? Can I get that X to get closer to the ground for that stronger loft? So I want you to sort out with your own intuition the sense of neutral to a bit more forward leaning. And you'll notice that it's a lot easier when you start to introduce a little bit of pivot. So right now my body's facing the ball. As I hit this little shot, my body's facing the target. And that was a super crisp one. That went a little too far. But notice where I'm finished. I've rotated pretty significantly into my lead side, and that's a descending, grippy strike. And when you transfer that to your sand wedge, look out. Tons of spin, green stopping spin. Your friends are going to be like, what did you learn? Well, you're going to learn how to hit that low flighted spinner that you see pros use a ton around the greens on PGA Tour. So narrow stance, neutral grip. We're anticipating the change of direction. That change of direction changes the shaft pitch, and our pivot delivers that new impact with the intent on getting that X a little closer to the ground during that contact interval. So tap, 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 a little bit of a backswing, another little crispy zipper right there, and that's kind of the shot I want to hit. I can take a bit of speed off that, but just for effect, I'm showing you how much pivot these shots have. And you'll notice when I'm in my finishing form right here, I can still see a sliver of that X. I haven't gone and flipped that face and added loft. I've pivoted that to where my visual perspective is I can see a bit of the red stripe behind the club head. So we want to pivot those good impact hands for that really, really cool spinning wedge shot. Now there's a ton of ways to hit shots around the green. This is one. You can add loft, you can open the face, you can do a bunch of cool things. That's not what I'm showing you here. I'm showing you how to hit that ball first, low flight checker that is such a cool shot to use and very, very effective for a ton of reasons. So tap, 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 take a look, add a little bit of backswing to it, and pivot your way to that really cool spinner. Hold that finish. Make sure you can see a sliver of that red stripe down there. Not all of it, just a sliver. And you are going to hit some great ball first spinning pitch shots.